Yes, sir.
So, a very good evening to everyone. I am Shomendu Ghosh, and from on behalf of Cognize Nutrition, I welcome all of you to this platform of learning. So, today our topic of discussion by our students batch 2 is DHA, docosahexaenoic acid. You know it is a fatty acid very well. So, there are numerous health benefits. It is an essential fatty acids. So, we have a numerous health benefits of this DHA. So our students will be discussing on the health benefits of DHA. So I welcome Shoheli to start today's presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good evening to all of my respected teachers and co-educators. I am Shoheli Roy Chaudhuri from Habra. I have completed my BSc in Food and Nutrition and afterwards my MSc in Dietetics and Food Service Management from KPC Medical College and Hospital, which was my first practical exposure. Currently, I am doing my B.Ed and also pursuing this MNT course from Cognize Nutrition. I was always founding this type of course which will be helpful in our practical aspect. And when I get to know about Cognize in social media, I took the admission last year 2020 without any delay. I am very grateful to Shomendu sir and Ananya ma'am for giving us such a wonderful platform. They always make us feel like home and teach in a very friendly atmosphere. They don't only teach us, they always inspire us at any situation. I am very privileged to be a part of this presentation because I have learned many things as a co-moderator. Thank you, Shomendu sir, for giving me this opportunity. We know great things always done by a team. We work together, we respect and care for each other. We learned a lot from each other. Even I also learned many things from my all team members as well. Team bonding and cooperations are very much important for a group presentation. Now, my co-moderator Indrani will introduce our other team members and today's topic. I over to Indrani. Thank you.
Welcome, Indrani.
Uh, okay, I am audible.
Yes, you are audible.
Thank you, Shahidi. Thank you, Shahidi. I am
Just little
Indrani
bit
Kaur.
louder. Your voice is just cracking. Just little bit louder.
Hello, it is clear
Yes.
now.
Yes.
Thank you, Shahidi. Good evening, everyone. I am Indrani Karmukar. I have I I am from Malda. I have completed my BSc from University of Gaur Bongo. After that, I have completed B.Ed degree and now I am pursuing MSc in Diet Food and Nutrition from Midnapur City College. As well as I am also doing the MNT course from Cognize Nutrition. I am grateful to dietitian Shomendu Shah and Ananya ma'am for organizing a wonderful platform where we exchanging our knowledge and learn a many more things. I am privileged enough to get an opportunity for being the moderator of today's session. Today, our team is going to present a very interesting topic, the health benefits of DHA, mainly focus on the role of DHA in brain development, PCOD, and gut health. First of all, I would like to introduce my team member and their respective topics. So, the first member of our team, Mobashara Swag from Kolkata, she is going to tell about the definition of DHA and how DHA form and the role of DHA in brain development. Next, the Gargi Chakraborty from Hooghly. She is going to tell about the source of DHA, symptoms of DHA deficiency, and the role of DHA in PCOS. Next, Dusishmita Paul from Bakura. She is going to tell about the role of DHA in gut health and the other health benefits of DHA. Our moderators are Soheli Rao Choudhury, Indrani Karmakar, and Tanya Karmakar. Our moderator, Tanya Karmakar, will also discuss more uh, points regarding DHA, which is daily recommendation of DHA and the absorption part of DHA. Now, Mubashara will start the topic, followed by Gargi, Dutishmita, and Tanya. Thank you. Over to Mubashara.
Mubashira, welcome and all the best for the today's topic.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. I am Mubashira Ashfaq from Kolkata, and I have done my BSc from Gokhale Memorial Girls College, and hopefully I'll join MSc this year. So I came to know about Cognized Nutrition last year in lockdown through social media, and even my friend was doing this course, so she had really great reviews. The course I'm doing, medical nutritional therapy, is a very practical oriented course with so much discussions in every topic, and it is so nicely explained. So I would like to thank Soumyendu sir and also the other faculties and teachers for being so appreciative and so helpful always. And also I would like to thank my moderators for guiding us through this presentation. So I'm really grateful for all that. So let us begin with the topic. I'll just give a small introduction on what is DHA. So thank you, Indrani. So what is DHA? DHA full form is docosahexaenoic acid. It is an omega-3 fatty acid that is a primary structural component of the human brain, and it is also found in skin, retina, and cerebral cortex. It can be synthesized from ALA, which is alpha-linolenic acid, or can be directly obtained from maternal milk or fish oils. But only 0.1 to 0.5% of ALA is only converted into DHA in our body. So next slide, please. Yeah, as we know that fatty acids are divided into two, saturated fatty acid and unsaturated fatty acid. Now, unsaturated fatty acids are also divided into two, which is monounsaturated fatty acid and polyunsaturated fatty acid. The topic on which we are discussing today is a polyunsaturated fatty acid and also an omega-3 fatty acid. So polyunsaturated fatty acid.
Can we go back to the previous slide, Indrani? Yes, I have a question here to the audience, those who have joined. DHA is a omega-6 fatty acid. Is it true or false? Kingston College or Ramshadoy College, any college? DHA is omega-6 fatty acid. Am I telling truth?
No, sir.
Right.
No, sir. It is omega-3
No,
fatty acid.
From which college you belong to, Priyanka?
Sir, I am Priyanka. I'm doing MSc from KPC Medical College.
But I asked the BSc student from Kingston and Ramshadoy College. Okay,
Oh,
the answer
sorry,
is
sir.
omega-3. Huh? So, Indrani, let them continue. Okay. Let her continue. Mubasara continue. Yes. Thank you, Mubasara.
Thank you, sir. So polyunsaturated fatty acids are also divided into two parts, which is omega-3 fatty acid and omega-6 fatty acid. So omega-3 fatty acids are EPA, which is eicosapentaenoic acid, DHA, on which we are discussing today, which is docosapentaenoic acid, hexanoic acid, and linolenic acid. So this was just a small introduction on what is DHA. Now I'll forward this to my fellow teammate Gargi, who will discuss about the sources of DHA and the deficiency symptoms of DHA. So over to you, Gargi. Take over, please.
Thank you, Mubasra. Hello, everybody, and very good evening to all my respected teachers, seniors, and my friends. Myself, Gargi Chakraborty. I have completed my MSc in Dietetics and Food Service Management from KPC Medical College and Hospital. Then I have also done my postgraduate diploma in Dietetics from All India Institute of Hygiene and Public Health. So last year I came to know about this cognizant nutrition from my friends, and I have joined in this course. I would like to thank Cognize Nutrition for organizing such a wonderful learning platform, and we are learning many more practical aspects of dietetics from this platform. And I also came to know about various internship program from this group, and I'm really thankful to Shomendu sir uh, for his constant guidance. And I am now successfully doing my internship from Neutia Virtual Healthcare in Siliguri. So let's come back to today's topics. Our topic is DHA, and I'm going to discuss about the source of DHA.
Welcome,
Next slide.
Gargi.
Thank you, sir. DHA, EPA, and the ALA are the main three types of omega-3 fatty acids. So, can anybody tell me what is the source of DHA during our infancy? Anybody can answer?
From mother's milk.
From mother's milk.
From milk.
Yes. Thank you for replying. During our infancy, DHA, main source of DHA is our mother's milk. But in our later stage of our life, we can get DHA from through our diet or through supplement. So next slide. Next slide, please. Here I have listed some food source of animal source of DHA. Mainly the fatty fish or the marine fish are the richest source of DHA and EPA. They contain different amount of DHA, which I have already mentioned in this slide. Eggs also contains DHA and EPA, but one can also get DHA omega-3 fatty acid from plant source also, but it can present in indirect form, that is ALA, alpha linoleic acid, which can convert it into DHA and EPA, which already discussed by Mubasira. Vegetarian source like different kind of seeds like flax seed, chia seed, sunflower seed, safflower seeds are the richest source of ALA, or different kinds of nuts, walnuts, hazelnuts, spinach, avocado, or provides ALA in our diet. Next slide. Now come to the supplements. Supplements, most of the organizations suggest that 250 to 500 microgram DHA is recommended for healthy adult per day. But whenever our requirement is increased, then supplementation is needed. Requirement increase during our different pathological condition like heart disease or mental disorder, mental mood disorder, or different physiological condition like during our infancy, pregnancy, or lactation. Nowadays, various formula, maternal formula and infant formula are present in the market. They contain different kind of DHA or EPA or ALA, which I have mentioned in this slide. There is also available different kinds of omega-3 medicine like cod liver oil, which is used in therapeutical purpose also. That means in case of lowers the triglyceride level, improve mood, anxiety disorder, or improve the heart health and other benefits also. Next slide.
Just a pause here. Don't change the slide. I have a previous slide, please.
Yes.
I have a question to the students or the audience that if you see the three supplement, Baby and Me, or Mother Horlicks or CMOM, these all are maternal supplements. And if you see the amount of DHA is present per 100 gram is 86 mg, right? So whereas in NAN it is reduced 66, whereas in Pediasure DHA is not present, only alpha linolenic acid is present. So can you say why it is reduced and in Pediasure instead of DHA ALA is present? From the maternal formula, the infant formula it is reduced, and again it is reduced in the toddler formula.
Sir, because of
Brain development.
for
We thought
cognitive
of the answer.
development,
Shinchita say.
sir, for in newborn baby for brain development or cognitive development, DHA is
But
needed.
why the difference is there? In the maternal formula it is high. The NAN Pro, it is little bit less than the maternal formula. It is, for example, NAN Pro is 0 to 6 months, NAN Pro 1. The baby, Nestle Baby and Me is during pregnancy. And Pediasure is above 2 years. So I am also specifying the age group. So why it is reduced? Just from a common sense, if you can answer.
Sir, Aditi.
No, please. Aditi, don't answer. From the BSc students, those who have newly joined today, Kaushani can answer, or newly students. Just general idea. When the brain development is maximum or the brain development is high, can anyone say at what age of the baby?
5 onwards.
From 0 to 6 years.
Who is this? From which
Sir, I am
college? From which college?
Ramsadar College.
Ramshadai College. Okay. So 0 to 6 years you are saying?
Yes, sir.
It is not perfectly correct. We will come to the answer. So Gargi, should we reveal the answer now, or you have this in the presentation?
Sir,
This
actually,
answer-
maximum 80% of brain development occurs in our mother's womb. That's why in the maternal supplements, its requirement is high and its amount is high. But up to 2 years, brain development occurs. That's why in the toddler DHA content is high. But after 2 years, which formula is available, in that case, the amount is low.
So is it clear to everyone? So bit to bag, right? Ramshadoy College. সব থেকে বেশি brain development মায়ের পেটে হচ্ছে in the mother's womb. सबसे ज़्यादा brain development हो रहा है 70%, more than 70% brain development happens in the mother's womb. So the maternal supplements having the high amount of DHA. Then the rest is happening before 2 years. So the neonate formula is having little bit less, and Pediasure is the toddler formula. So in that time, what Shinchita said, the cognitive development happens, not the brain development. So it is little bit less, and direct DHA is not given in Pediasure. Alpha linolenic acid, which get converted into DHA in our body. So thank you. So moving on to the next slide.
Next slide, please. Now the deficiency symptoms of DHA. As the DHA is very much important to our throughout our life, so if DHA is not provided in required amount through proper diet or supplement, deficiency symptoms may be occurred. Which type of deficiency can occur? It's mainly the brittle nails, brittle hair, thin nails, because omega-3 are the cell wall, main component of cell wall formation. Or DHA also have a very important role in brain development. So if DHA is not present in required amount, then it may cause impaired memory, impaired learning, impaired cognitive function in case of children. And DHA also have anti-inflammatory, anti-allergic property. So it in deficiency case of DHA, it may enhances the allergic reaction like asthma, eczema, or also increases the inflammatory responses like joint pains and osteoarthritis in case of especially elderly person. or it has also very important role in mood disorder or anxiety. It may cause sleeping disorder, or DHA, we all know DHA is helpful to maintain our good cardiovascular health. So in deficiency of DHA, it increases the risk of cardiovascular diseases, and in case of female, it leads to various painful menstruation or irregular menstruation and may lead to PCOS. Next portion is the importance of DHA throughout our life, which will be discussed by Mubasira. So over to you, Mubasira. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Gargi. I'm Bashra again. Good evening, everyone. So now we'll discuss about the health benefits of DHA. Now, DHA is very important. It is present in large quantities in the brain of mammals since it is the main structural component of our nerve cells. Now, DHA is important in all the stages of life, whether it is pregnant women or infants or children or even adults and seniors. In pregnant women, it supports maternal health. It also promotes a normal gestational period, which is the pregnancy period, and even the fetal brain and eye development that is in infants. It is very important for infants because it is important for brain development, eye development, the retina, and we have seen that in adults it also maintains brain promotes it actually normal function of the brain and promotes memory or like boosts memory. In studies, it has shown that people with Alzheimer's disease, like in seniors, in Alzheimer's disease, have lower levels of DHA in their brain than older adults with good brain function. So we can say that DHA may be most beneficial before the brain function is significantly declines and interferes with daily activities. So it is clear that DHA should be given when we are very infant, or it is very important for the mother to consume DHA rich food or DHA supplements when she is pregnant. So next slide, please. Yeah, thank you. Now we'll discuss about the general brain DHA functions in the brain. So DHA helps in the transmission of messages through nerve cells, and it also protects the brain against the loss of scaffolding proteins. Now, does anyone know what are scaffolding proteins? Okay, no problem. I'll just explain.
Anyone unmute? Acha, before she goes to the answer, can anyone say what is Alzheimer's disease?
Alzheimer's disease is called like the person is forgot to all the thing where he belongs and what kind of he do, just he does the work and he forgot the what he did just now. That is Alzheimer's disease.
So the person generally what happens, Shinchita, she used to forget just now what he did. That means the short-term memory get lost, but the person can remember the very old things. For example, the person is 75 years old. The person can remember his college days. He will exactly tell at the time, the days, the politics, the players, the cricket, everything. But
sir,
just now he will, yes.
My grandfather was suffering the Alzheimer's disease.
It is a very common disease.
He used to put my clothes and he like he forgot all the thing, like he forgot her his name also.
Yes,
and,
yes. So we can understand. Now Mubasira, give the answer. What is your question, Mubasira?
So my question was that DHA protects the brain against loss of scaffolding protein. So what is
scaffolding protein?
So scaffolding proteins.
Anybody has just Shuffled, that what is scaffolding protein? You can search in Google also and you can answer. Okay, Mubasira, give the answer.
Okay, scaffolding proteins are those proteins that simultaneously bind two or more other proteins and enhance the signaling efficiency, or just enhances the signaling of the brain with the muscles or any other part of the body. Okay, so DHA also maintains plasticity of the brain. So does anyone actually have the idea just small idea what is plasticity of the brain? Okay, no problem. So brain plasticity can be defined as ability of nervous system to change its activity. Like it changes in activity in response to the intrinsic or the extrinsic stimuli. Like if we touch a hot iron, our brain will be signaled that we are touching a hot iron and will signal back to the muscles that to remove a hand so that we don't get a burn. So brain plasticity means that it can ability of the nervous to respond to the external stimuli. Is it clear?
क्लियर হয়েছে? ये क्लियर है, नहीं तो हिंदी में बोलेंगे मुबस्सिरा.
Yes.
Excellent. She has described very nicely, Mubassira. Thank you. So still, the students, आपको अगर कोई problem है, तो मुबस्सिरा फिर से बोलेगी. It's a very important part she has described.
नहीं सर, मुबस्सिरा ने बहुत अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन कर दिया.
Sir, Shinchita. Sir,
Shinchita, can you explain this in Bengali? Mubassira have little bit problem in Bengali. She can explain in Hindi. So there are most people who can understand Bengali. So Shinchita, জায়গাটা একবার বাংলায় বলা যাবে যেটা বললো মুবাসসিরা?
স্যার ব্রেনের প্লাস্টিসিটি মানে হচ্ছে যে ব্রেন কিভাবে আমাদের উদ্দীপনার সাথে যেভাবে কাজ করছে, মানে আমাদের প্রতিবর্ত ক্রিয়া কিভাবে কাজটা করছে, মানে হঠাৎ করে আমরা যদি কোনো হট আয়রন যদি ধরে ফেলি তো সঙ্গে সঙ্গে আমাদের ব্রেনের মধ্যে কাজ করবে যে হ্যাঁ আমরা জিনিসটা মানে এই জিনিসটা ধরে ফেলেছি, তো সেই পরিবেশকে সেটাকে সাড়া দেওয়ার জন্য তো উদ্দীপনা মানে আমাদের দেহের মধ্যে সেটা তৈরি হবে।
ওকে মুবাসসিরা, মুভ অন।
স্ক্যাফোল্ডিং প্রোটিনটা একটুখানি আরেকবার বললে একটু ভালো হয়।
स्कैफोल्डिंग प्रोटीन मुबस्सिरा एक बार और बता दो हिंदी में।
हिंदी में बता दें क्या?
हाँ, हिंदी में बताइए।
अच्छा, तो ब्रेन प्लास्टिसिटी का मतलब है कि नर्वस, अगर एग्जांपल से समझाते हैं, अगर हम लोग कुछ गर्म चीज टच किया तो हम लोग का क्या आता है कि फर्स्ट रिस्पॉन्स की हाथ हटा दे। तो ये जो है ब्रेन प्लास्टिसिटी होता है कि ब्रेन जल्दी से बोलता है कि हाथ हटा लो वरना हाथ जल जाएगा। अगर ब्रेन में प्लास्टिसिटी ठीक नहीं होगा, जो हम लोग का डीएचए प्रोटेक्ट करता है स्कैफोल्डिंग प्रोटीन्स को, अगर वो डीएचए प्रोटेक्ट नहीं करेगा तो हमारा हाथ वहीं लगा हुआ रहेगा और हाथ को प्रॉब्लम होगा या फिर जल जाएगा। सो इट इज द एबिलिटी ऑफ द नर्वस सिस्टम टू रिस्पॉन्ड टू द स्टिमुलाई।
यस, सो व्हेन वी लूज दिस स्टिमुलाई, जो आदमी को ये रिस्पॉन्स लूज हो जाता है तो वो क्या होता है, प्रॉपरली रिस्पॉन्स, हम उसको क्या बोलते हैं, जे उसका दिमाग खराब हो गया, वो पागल हो गया, वो रिस्पॉन्स नहीं कर पा रहा है, उसका कुछ सेंस नहीं है, ठंडे में रास्ते में पड़ा हुआ है। तो दिस इज द थिंग दैट द प्रॉम्प्ट रिस्पॉन्स व्हिच वी आर गिविंग। एक मच्छर बैठा हाथ में, तुरंत हमारा दूसरा हाथ उसको मारने के लिए गया। सो दिस इज द रिस्पॉन्स शी मीन, राइट मुबस्सिरा?
Yes, sir.
Okay, continue.
Okay, so in the next point, we can see that DHA plays important role in gene expression, myelination, growth, and differentiation of neurons. So these are all the basic functions of the brain. Now, next slide, please. Thank you. So here we can see an image. It's a graph. So by the graph, what we can understand here is that almost 70% of brain development completes before birth. That is, in the mother's womb only, the baby completes 70% of his or her brain development, while the rest is completed until 2 years of age. So we can see by the graph, see in the first year, 70% is already done, and now The rest is done until 2 years of age, and after that, cognitive function and other psychomotor developments happen. So we can see that infants and children who have normal DHA levels have higher cognitive function. See by the red line, the red graph, we can see that infants and children who have normal DHA levels.
Indrani, if you can move the yes cursor, you move the cursor. Yes.
So they have higher cognitive function compared to the ones or the compared to the infants who has lower DHA levels. Higher cognitive function if DHA levels are normal, and low cognitive function if DHA levels are low. Okay. So next slide, please.
সবাই এই জায়গাটা বুঝতে পেরেছো? এই জন্য আমি বলছিলাম আরেকবার প্রিভিয়াস স্লাইডে যাও। আই এম টেলিং ইন বেঙ্গলি। এই জন্যই আমি বলছিলাম যে ওখানে যেটা বললো যে ম্যাক্সিমাম ব্রেন ডেভেলপমেন্ট অকার্স ইন দ্য মাদার্স womb, then till 2 years, then the cognitive parts or cognitive function happens. That's why the supplements are differently categorized. Different formula, different nutrition supplements or different powders are differently categorized to give the ample amount of DHA. This is why that time I asked this question. Okay, move on, Indrani.
Okay, next slide, please. Okay, now that we have already know that 70% of brain development happens in the mother's womb. So DHA is accrued 67 mg of DHA is accrued by the fetus per day in the womb. So thereby increasing its brain and making it important for the mother to have adequate DHA intake during pregnancy. And also the concentration of DHA increases almost nearly 30-fold during the growth spurts of the brain, which is the last trimester of the pregnancy. And it is important since preterm infants are born before time, so it is very important for the preterm infants. Preterm have higher DHA needs since majority of this fat is attained during the 3rd trimester. So maternal DHA supplementation is very much important. So in lactation period, DHA accretion is 70 to 80 mg, and this is a huge demand for the mother. So DHA during lactation depletes. So maternal stores lactation, during the lactation period, the maternal stores DHA decreases and may take months to correct, even partially. So maternal DHA supplementation is important not only for the mother, but also for the child or the infant. Are we clear? Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, next slide, please. So maternal DHA supplementation has demonstrated beneficial effects on several indicators like early cognitive function and psychomotor developments. What are cognitive activities? Like problem solving and focused. If infant is hungry, he will or she will start crying. But if if the child or the infant is more focused, he might look for his pacifier which is nearby or something like that. So it is maternal DHA supplementation has beneficial effects in better performance, better psychomotor development, enhanced attention, and also has better processing scores, mental processing scores at 4 years of age. And we have seen that DHA-rich frontal lobes, that is the cortex structures, have also association with the limbic system. That is the hands movement, leg movement, coordination of high and hand. So like throwing a ball, child plays with a ball. So if a DHA low level child might not be able to focus and throw a ball at a particular place. So hand and eye movement is very.
This is the motor movement, right? एक बच्चा अपना बॉल जो थ्रो कर रहा है सही जगह पे, वो according to Mobasser, he will not be able to do that because of the low level of DHA, right? You mean to say this only?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So everybody understood? This is a very important portion. She is covering both the maternal nutrition portion and the pediatric nutrition portion. Obviously, this is a very important part. So if anybody have any question regarding that, you can ask in any language here. So, but it should be cleared. Okay.
There are several studies also done in this. In a study with 82 babies, the mother's DHA level before childbirth accounted for 33% of the difference in child's problem-solving ability at age 1. So, suggesting that there's a link between higher DHA levels in mothers and better problem-solving in children. And there were more studies done in preterm babies. Daily doses of 55 mg of DHA per pound for even 1 month after birth prevented the drop in DHA typically which is seen with preterm birth compared to normal birth. So there are so many studies done, and every study proves that DHA in maternal as maternal supplements or directly has a very important role with cognitive function, psychomotor function, even social functions and emotional capabilities. So I hope it is clear with everyone. Even if someone has a question, they can ask. I can answer in Hindi with, or even in English. Does anyone has any question?
Is it going tough? This portion is very important.
Can you repeat the study in Hindi, please?
In Hindi, अच्छा. हिंदी में बताते हैं. स्टडी, 2 स्टडीज हम अभी बोला है. एक में ना 82 बेबीज के साथ एक स्टडी हुआ था जिसमें देखा गया कि मदर जो पहले मदर को अच्छा DHA दिया जा रहा था, DHA रिच फूड और सप्लीमेंट्स दिया जा रहा था, तो वो 33% मतलब 33% का डिफरेंस आया कि चाइल्ड अपना खुद का प्रॉब्लम खुद सॉल्व कर पा रहा है. जैसे अभी हम बोला ना कि वो रोने लग जाता है, तो कोई बच्चा मतलब रोता ही रहता है, और कोई होता है कि रोते रोते थोड़ा चुप होके अपना खुद का सराउंडिंग देखता है कि हम कुछ अपना अगर भूख लग रहा है तो हम पैसिफायर उठा ले, वो जो होता है ना मुंह में, तो वही और भी दूसरा प्रॉब्लम होता है. तो वो सब अपना आप से खुद से सॉल्व कर पाता है कि ना ही सिर्फ रोते ही रहेगा, दूसरों के ऊपर एकदम पूरा ही डिपेंड रहेगा. तो ये प्रूफ करता है कि मदर का खुद का जब प्रेगनेंसी के टाइम अच्छे से सप्लीमेंट्स मिल रहा है DHA का, तो बच्चा जो है वो खुद ही अपना प्रॉब्लम खुद से सॉल्व कर पाता है.
Okay. Yes, I understand.
और एक और स्टडी था, वो प्रीटर्म बेबीज केस में लिया गया था, क्योंकि हम लोग का जो DHA होता है ना, वो हम लोग को लास्ट ट्राइमेस्टर में ज्यादा से ज्यादा ये एब्जॉर्प्शन होता है इन्फेंट्स में. और प्रीटर्म बेबीज मतलब क्या, वो अपने टर्म के पहले ही दे आर बोर्न. तो प्रीटर्म इन्फेंट्स केस में DHA का लेवल थोड़ा और भी नीचे रहता है. तो इसमें एक स्टडी में क्या किया गया था, 31 प्रीटर्म बेबीज को रोज 1 महीना के लिए 55 mg DHA पर पाउंड दिया जा रहा था. तो वो जो ड्रॉप होता है ना, वो बहुत ही कम हो गया कंपेयर टू नॉर्मल प्रीटर्म्स. समझ में आया?
Okay, yes.
Is it clear to all?
তাহলে ইন্দ্রাণী বাংলায় বলে দিক আরেকবার, জাস্ট ছোট্ট করে একটু.
Yes sir. যখন একজন মহিলা প্রেগনেন্ট থাকে, সেই অবস্থায় যদি বেশি মানে সঠিক পরিমাণে DHA দেওয়া হয়, তাহলে আফটার ডেলিভারি সেই বাচ্চাটা ব্রেন ডেভেলপমেন্ট 33% ভালো হয়. তার মানে হচ্ছে যে সে তারা তো সেই অবস্থায় কথা বলতে পারে না, কিন্তু তাদের যদি খিদে পায়, একটা বাচ্চা যার ব্রেন ডেভেলপমেন্ট কম হয়েছে এবং আরেকটা বাচ্চা যার ব্রেন ডেভেলপমেন্ট ভালোভাবে হয়েছে, সে কথা বলতে পারে না, কিন্তু সে বিভিন্ন সাইনের মাধ্যমে বলবে যে তার খিদে পেয়েছে বা আদার্স কোনো প্রবলেম আছে।
আর অন্য বাচ্চাটা কান্নাকাটি করতেই থাকবে, অন্য বাচ্চাটা কাঁদতেই থাকবে, কোনো সাইন দিতে পারবে না। বোঝা গেল? সবাই বুঝতে পেরেছো তো? আর যে বাচ্চাটা কথা বলতেও পারছে না, তার যদি ডিএইচএ বা ব্রেন ডেভেলপমেন্ট ঠিকঠাক থাকে, সাফিসিয়েন্ট অ্যামাউন্টে পায়, তাহলে অ্যাকর্ডিং টু इंद्रानी मुबस्सिरा যেটা বলছে এই স্লাইডে, सो दे कैन गिव सम साइंस। और बहुत छोटा छोटा बच्चा होता है जो अपना बॉटल उठा के खुद पीना शुरू कर देता है, या कुछ भी साइन, या मुंह में उंगली डाल देता है, तो लगता है उसको भूख लगा है। So the mother can find that my child is hungry. They can show some signs and symbols. So this is the thing. Thank you, Indrani. খুব সিম্পলি বোঝানোর জন্য, and thank you, মুবাসসিরা। ওকে,
এটা কোন বয়স থেকে দেখা যেতে পারে, মানে খিদে পাচ্ছে হচ্ছে?
প্রত্যেকটা কগনিটিভ ডেভেলপমেন্টের বয়স হচ্ছে আলাদা আলাদা, সৌম্যদীপ। এবার আমরা কারেন্টলি দেখছি বাচ্চাদের ব্যাপারগুলো অনেকটা অ্যাডভান্স হয়ে গেছে। হ্যাঁ, যে বয়সে যেটা হওয়ার কথা, ডিউ টু এই ফাস্ট লাইফ, অ্যাডভান্স যুগ, মা বাবার সাথে মোবাইল দেখা, তোমাদের সময় তোমরা ভাবতে পারোনি, এখন 1-1.5 বছরের বাচ্চা ইউটিউবও খুলতে পারছে, সবকিছু খুলে সে কাজগুলো করতে পারছে। সো যেটা হয়, আচ্ছা কেউ একজন বলো তো, আমি বাংলাতেই কোশ্চেনটা করছি, বাচ্চার, এটা আমরা পিডিয়াট্রিক ক্লাসে যখন পড়াবো উই উইল সে, বাচ্চার কোন বয়সে, আমাদের সিনিয়ররা বলো না, যারা স্টুডেন্ট তারা বলো, বাচ্চার কোন বয়সে খিদের উপলব্ধি হয়? बच्चे को किस उम्र में अपना भूख का समझ हो जाता है? They can give signs and symbols. किस उम्र में? सौम्यदीप का ही क्वेश्चन में घुमा फिरा के बोला, बच्चे को किस उम्र में খাওয়ার উপলব্ধি, মানে খিদের উপলব্ধি হয়ে যায়? বাচ্চা খিদে,
এটা যখন হয় তখনই তো কাঁদতে থাকে বাচ্চা, মানে খিদে পেয়েছে তখনই তো তার মা বুঝতে পারে যে ছেলেটার খিদে পেয়েছে বা মেয়েটার।
ভেরি গুড। স্টিল দ্য umbilical cord is dissected।
প্রশ্ন ছিল আমার,
একটু কমপ্লিট করে নিই।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা স্যার।
এইটা কেন বললাম, এই কোশ্চেনটা তো ইম্পর্টেন্ট। মাদার ডু নট আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ড। আই হ্যাভ ডান মোর দ্যান 300 or 400, I have worked in many school education program where I used to teach the mothers about their child's behavioral problem or why my child is not eating. আজকালকার মারা বুঝতে পারে না যে আমার বাচ্চা কেন খাচ্ছে না, খেতে চাইছে না কেন, এত ডিফারেন্ট রেসিপি দিচ্ছি। সো তাদের যখন এই কোশ্চেনটা আমি করেছিলাম, আমি ওই আনসারটা না দিয়ে এই আনসারটা আগে দিতে চাইছি, যে কোন বয়সে বাচ্চার খিদের উপলব্ধি হয়, সে তার নিজের মতো করে ভাবে। মা সে বলে, কে বলে 1.5 বছর, কে বলে 2 বছর, কে বলে আমার বাচ্চা তো এখনো খিদের উপলব্ধি হয়নি। আমি বললাম উপলব্ধি হয়েছিল জন্মের সময়, উপলব্ধিটা আপনি নষ্ট করে দিয়েছেন, आपने उसका आदत खराब कर दिया। अभी 4 साल में टीवी देख के खाना खाता है, क्या खाना खाता है नहीं खाना खाता है उसको मालूम नहीं है, क्योंकि आप तो फोर्स फीडिंग कर रहे हो, बच्चे को जबरदस्ती खिला रहे हो। So that's why the child has loses the feeling that उसको urge of hungerness या वो he is hungry, उसको वो ওই উপলব্ধিটাই চলে গেছে। কিন্তু সৌম্যদীপ is correct, everybody will agree with সৌম্যদীপ that বাচ্চা জন্মানোর পর থেকেই কান্নাকাটি করে খাওয়ার জন্য, সেই উপলব্ধি নিয়েই জন্মায়। So the age is from birth. Okay, so what is your second question, সৌম্যদীপ?
স্যার বলছি ধরুন ডিএইচএস এ মা তার খেলো না যখন প্রেগনেন্সি ছিল, এবার স্যার ধরুন এবার বাত হলো বেবিটা, মানে ম্যাটারনাল প্রবলেম তো হতেই পারে, মানে ব্রেন ডেভেলপমেন্ট ঠিক হলো না, কিন্তু সে বেস্ট ফিডিং এর মধ্যে ডিএইচএ পেলো, এতে কিছু সুবিধা মিলতে পারে?
100%. In the low socioeconomic country or the developing country like us, how many of the mothers take supplements? মাদার্সরা কজন? গরিব গরিব ঘর থেকেও প্রচুর মেধাবী স্টুডেন্টরা আসে। ইট ইজ নট দ্যাট সবসময় হয়, বাট ইফ উই গিভ দ্যাট সাফিসিয়েন্ট অ্যামাউন্ট অফ ডিএইচএ, দ্য রেজাল্ট উইল বি ফাইন। বাট মুবাসসিরা, he wants to ask that if the child is on the exclusive breastfeeding, he or she will get DHA from the mother's milk. He wants to ask that. Do you want to give the answer, Mubassira?
Yes. So if the infant or the child is on breastfeeding, he will get a DHA from the mother's milk. But if the mother's DHA levels are low, कितना ही मिलेगा बच्चा को? तो मेन कि maternal supplementation ही अच्छा होना चाहिए कि उतना मिल पाए बच्चे को।
And not necessary Shomodip that आपको commercial supplement ही देना पड़ेगा।
बहुत फूड
नेचुरल बहुत फूड में ही है, आपको दिखाया गया है ना, बहुत वेजिटेरियन फूड में भी मिल रहा है, एनिमल फूड में भी मिल रहा है, तो हम अपना खाना में ही मिलेगा DHA। ओके
স্যার আমার একটা কোশ্চেন আছে
স্যার একটা কোশ্চেন
আমরা লাস্টে নিয়ে নি। লেট ফিনিশ অনিতা সাহু, প্রিয়াঙ্কা ঘোষ, ইন্দ্রাণী, প্লিজ নোট ডাউন দিস নেমস, উই উইল আনসার অল দ্য কোশ্চেনস। ওকে
স্যার আমারও একটা কোশ্চেন আছে।
Okay, thank you that everybody is asking. That means today's presentation is going good, everybody is interacting. This is a beautiful thing for all of us. Okay, Mubasira, please continue.
Okay, so my part was still here. I hope कि मैं समझा पाए, I was able to reciprocate what I was trying to say. So I will forward this to my fellow teammate again, Gargi, and she will talk about PCOS and DHA. So please take over, Gargi. Thank you.
Thank you, Mubasira, for handovering. Now my topic is DHA, role of DHA on controlling PCOS. Before discussing the role of DHA on PCOS, I just want
if
to
possible switch on the video, Gargi.
some basic few points about PCOS. Yes, sir. So, what is PCOS today? What is the full form of PCOS?
Study we learned PCOS. What is PCOS and PCOD? Can anybody?
PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome.
Polycystic ovarian syndrome.
Yes, thank you.
What is PCOD? What is PCOD?
Polycystic ovarian disease.
What is the difference between PCOS and PCOD? Yes, study we learned.
PCOS is an endocrine system disorder or a syndrome which occurs due to multiple abnormalities and creates single symptom, a single symptom. And whereas PCOD is a hormonal imbalance and it leads to the collection of the mature eggs in ovaries and that can't discharge, and thus the cyst-like structures like follicles are formed.
So actually these are not cysts. Those who are not present in yesterday's class, Rajarshi, thank you so much that you have studied it very well. So ma'am will again on Wednesday, ma'am will ask this question. So get prepared before we start the dietary management. Ma'am will ask this question, different types of questions. So this is very important to know. And polycystic, these are actually not cyst. মুক্ত ছড়ার মতো যেগুলো দেখছি, these are all follicles. But when the gynecologist who have described this, he thought that these are cyst. So the name comes from that.
Basically, non-cystic ovarian syndrome.
Non-cystic ovarian syndrome. So very interesting thing. This is not cyst. Okay, Gargi, continue. We will take the question later.
So,
continue the discussion. It will go on and go on.
Yes, sir. It is characterized by hyperandrogenism, that means increase the level of androgen, chronic anovulation and disruption of the HPO axis. HPO axis means hypothalamus pituitary axis, which can control the various hormonal regulation. It is disrupted and the many hormonal imbalance is occurred. That means increase the level of estrogen, increase the level of LH, increase the level of LH, and decrease the level of FSH, and go on. Various imbalance is occurred. So it is nowadays it is very common among the adolescents, sir. And what are the most common symptoms of PCOS? Can anyone tell me?
Irregular menstruation.
Irregular menstruation, and also followed by acne, alopecia, weight gain. Yes, weight gain, obesity. Yes, hirsutism. So and many more.
Acanthosis nigricans. What is that? Anybody can say?
Yes.
Can anybody say what is that? Acanthosis nigricans.
Black patches on the
Why
back
it is
side of the
occur?
neck.
Neck. Yes.
Hello, sir.
Why it is occur?
Yes,
Pileless.
appendicitis nigra
Your voice is tremendously breaking, Pile. Dr. Pile, your voice is. No, 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 not at all. Your voice is breaking due to network. We cannot hear you, Pile. If you can kindly do a favor and write in the chat box, or later if it is, if you can answer this. Okay, Gargi, continue.
So acanthosis nigricans, and it is occurred due to increased insulin resistance. That is the most common for PCOS patients. So what should be the treatment? First, we have to focus on lifestyle modification, and then comes to diet therapy. Under diet therapy, seed cycling is highly acceptable, though this study is under research and many more studies is required in this field. But many publication has shown that it has a significant role in controlling PCOS. So next slide. Next slide, please. So first of all, what is seed cycling? Seed cycling means the consumption of rotational seed during our menstrual periods, and it is the potent example of the power of our selection of food choices. So our food is our medicine, and this can be practices at any stage of life. It has no harmful side effects. And so how it is work? In normal menstrual periods, the estrogen levels are high during the follicular periods. Follicular phase. Follicular phase means the first 14 days of menstrual cycle. If it is a 28-day cycle, then first to 14 days of cycle is known as follicular phase. At this phase, estrogen levels are very high. On the other hand, 15 days to the first day of the next cycle is known as luteal phase. At this phase, progesterone levels are high. This is occur in normal menstrual cycle. But when PCOS is occur, mainly in these two main hormonal estrogen and progesterone, imbalance is occurred. So here seed cycling focuses on improving the balance between these two main hormones. So how it is helpful? To seed, different kind of seeds like pumpkin seed, flax seed, sunflower, safflower seeds. All seeds contain different nutrients, especially
Indrani, Gargi's audio has stopped. Maybe she got disconnected. Yes, she got disconnected. I am calling Gargi. By that time, any of the team member can continue the discussion. Gargi will again come and join. So anybody have any idea about the seed cycling? Though it is Indrani, please, Indrani or anybody can call Dutishmita, please call Gargi that she's got disconnected. So by that time, let's continue the discussion. So omega-3 has a potential role in gut health, in PCOS, but the studies are still going that how much of the seeds or the is important, what should be the amount. Yes, Gargi is back. Okay, Gargi, continue the discussion, then we'll come. Unmute yourself.
Yes. Sorry for interruption. Seed cycling. So luteal phase. In the luteal phase, progesterone levels are high because in this phase we are using sunflower seed, safflower seed, which contains zinc, omega-3 fatty acid, and other nutrients that helps to improve the progesterone level. So it is very important to consume in right amount, in right proportion to different kind of seed in both the phases, follicular phase and luteal phase, to regulate our cycle, and this may help to control our PCOS problem. So it is clear?
কিভাবে কাজ করছে সবার ক্লিয়ার সিট সাইক্লিং?
Yes, sir.
ওকে, চলো।
Thank you. So come to the next slide, that is additional benefits of seed cycling therapy. So it is very common for PCOS patient infertility. So because chronic anovulation is occur and fertilization does not happen. So infertility is a basic problem for PCOS patient. So seed cycling therapies help at this point also by improving the production of good quality of egg, and also help to strengthening our endometrial wall, that helps to implantation of the embryo, and also help to decrease the insulin resistance by increasing the insulin sensitivity. Okay, clear it is?
Yes.
So thank you, my part is over, and the next most important topic is the role of DHA on gut health, that will be discussed by my fellow team member Dutishmita. So over to you, Dutishmita.
Thank you, Gargi, for handovering me. Good evening, everyone present here. I am Dutishmita Paul. I am from Bankura. I have completed my BSc in Nutrition from Bankura Samiloni College, and I have completed my MSc in Nutrition and Dietetics from Midnapur City College. I was doing an internship in Health World Hospital, Durgapur. I would like to thank Somendu sir and Ananya ma'am and other faculty members to giving me such a good learning platform. Last year, I get to know Cogni's nutrition team through my college teacher. So thanks to all of you, and especially thanks to sir for giving me their opportunity. So let's
Most welcome, Dutishmita. You carry on your part.
okay. Let's move on the topic. Next slide, please. So I am going to discuss about the role of DHA in gut health. So we all know that what is gut health. Gut is the main location of human microbiota. Gut health describes the function and balance of bacteria of many parts of our gastrointestinal tract. So recent studies state that DPA, docosahexaenoic acid, converted to DHA to support gut health. So next slide, please. So you can see
What is DPA?
docosahexaenoic acid.
What is that? Anybody had heard about DPA? Except the presenter from the audience. What is DPA? We heard about DHA, we heard about EPA. What is DPA?
Can you repeat the question, sir?
What is docosahexaenoic acid? She said that DPA converted to DHA. What is DPA? And how it is getting converted to DHA?
Don't know, sir.
So, okay, you please come back with the answer. Dutishmita, first continue. If we get time, we will answer in the end.
Okay. So you can see here the main role of DHA in gut health, including DHA reduce the symptoms of inflammatory bowel disease, ulcerative colitis, and irritable bowel syndrome. DHA can help to maintaining the normal microbiota composition of our gut. So DHA have anti-inflammatory properties. So DHA helps to reduce the symptoms of IBD, IBS, and ulcerative colitis. DHA also influence our body weight. DHA influence the food digestion, vitamin synthesis, beta oxidation, glucose uptake, drug metabolism, etc. DHA increase the rate of metabolism. This way, DHA helps to reduce obesity and maintain the normal body weight. So now let's look at the other health benefits of DHA. So next slide, please.
For gut health, Dutishmita, in what
sir.
form, in what dietary source do you want to give this patient?
So
Can you name some food? In what form you are recommending this patient DHA?
sir,
Because if you say some patient of ulcerative colitis or IBD that you have to take some DHA, the patient will not understand this technical term. What is DHA? Then what are the name of the food you will say?
sir, liquid form में fish
Liquid?
fish no sir, fish stew देवा जेते ही पारे sir.
Oh, acha. Because it is ulcer, you do not want
yes,
to,
yes,
you do not want to prepare the fish in the fried form. You want to give the fish in the
stew form.
But we do not take this marine fish. We take it occasionally, and it is also sometimes said that it is difficult to digest. So, if we take freshwater fish, do they get DHA? Or anybody wants to answer that for these types of patients, if we want to give DHA, in what form we can give DHA? We will come to this answer at the end. Okay, somebody please answer at the end. In what form we will give to the GI patient? Okay, you continue, Dutishmita.
Okay, sir. So here's some others health benefits of DHA. DHA reduce heart disease risk. So DHA and EPA both support heart health. DHA is more effective to increasing omega-3 index and decreasing triglyceride and increasing and improving our cholesterol profile. This helps to reduce heart disease risk. Then DHA improves ADHD. ADHD stands for Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. So children and adults with ADHD commonly have lower blood levels.
Can you please repeat the full form of ADHD?
Yes.
ADHD is mostly found in the children, Priyanka. This disorder, if sometimes the children, you can see if you have gone to some kindergarten school or if you have some relatives, if you find these kinds of children, they are super active or they are hyperactive. They will come to your home and they will take a ball and throw it to your LED. Anytime it can break. So these children do not have the sense that what they are doing. These children generally forgot. In the class, they left their tiffin box, they left their pencil box. They are not conscious about their belongings. They are super active or hyperactive, and ADHD can be controlled through counseling and diet. A dietitian and a counselor can control ADHD. So it is attention deficit hyperactive disorder. Hyperactivity disorder. Okay, Priyanka.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Continue.
So children and adults with ADHD commonly have lower blood levels. So DHA play a key role in brain function. DHA supplements in children with ADHD shown benefits to behavior and attention. DHA also helps to prevent or slow Alzheimer's disease. DHA is important for brain function, and higher omega-3 intake may reduce the risk of Alzheimer's disease. DHA can slow Alzheimer's progression, but success may be more likely if we begin supplementing early. DHA also reduces the risk of early preterm birth. So we all know that what is early preterm birth? Early preterm birth
Early
is
preterm, but
delivering a
let them answer. What is early? What is preterm birth and what is term baby? Can anyone say, Priyanka, do you want to answer? What is term baby
হ্যাঁ
and what
স্যার
is preterm baby? Yes.
স্যার অ্যাকচুয়ালি বাংলাতে বলবো
বলো।
স্যার অ্যাকচুয়ালি 9 মান্থস অ্যাকচুয়ালি টার্ম বেবি হয় 9 মান্থস 10 ডেজ পরে হলে টার্ম বেবি আর যদি
ডেটা বলো, ডেজে বলো, তুমি
ডেজ
মান্থে বলো না।
9
Then
months
it will be
30
clear.
270 280 days
Acha, and weight, what should be the weight of the baby?
মানে
Minimum weight of the baby for a term.
মিনিমাম 3 কেজির উপরে
No,
2.5, sir. 2.5.
it is 2.5.
2.5 kg.
Minimum it should be 2.5.
একবার বলবেন?
Huh. So it is the question, Shomadip. You can come to this question in the community nutrition. So when you are educating the community mothers, they do not know what should be the weight of the baby. In the today's scenario, in the high economic group people, sometimes they are not aware because the baby is already 3 kgs weight, so they are super healthy babies. But when the baby is premature, I have seen babies 800-gram weight, even 600-gram weight in Kolkata only, but they have survived. So the baby whose birth, যে বাচ্চাটা সময়ের আগে জন্মে যাচ্ছে, যেটা ও বললো 9 মান্থস, সেটা হয়তো 7 মান্থসে বাচ্চাটা ডিউ টু সাম রিজন তার ডেলিভারি হয়ে যাচ্ছে, অ্যান্ড তার ওয়েট হয়তো 1.5 কিলো, so it is below 2.5 kg and before the time, total time of gestation, so it is called preterm baby. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So, preterm baby, this condition increase the baby's risk of health problem. So, taking 600 to 800 mg of DHA daily during pregnancy could significantly reduce the risk of early preterm birth. DHA fight against inflammation. Inflammation is natural response to infection and damage in our body. Increasing DHA intake may reduce chronic inflammation, which can contribute to heart disease and various other diseases. DHA also helps to reduce the risk of certain cancer like breast cancer, prostate cancer. DHA supports men's reproductive health. DHA also helps to protect mental health. DHA helps to lower blood pressure and support circulation system. And DHA also support muscle recovery after heavy exercise. So further we will continue by our moderator Tania Kormokar.
So we have
She will
already come
highlight-
to an end. You have to bear with us for 10-15 minutes. So this will be the conclusion slides continued by Tania Kormokar. Okay.
Yes.
So welcome, Tania.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dutishmita, for handovering.
Tania, your video is not on. Yes, now it is perfect. Tania, continue.
Good evening, sir, and everyone. Hello, I am Tania Kormukar. I am from Midnapur. I have completed my MSc from Midnapur City College. After completing my MSc, I have joined Cognize Nutrition. Now I am continuing my internship at Ramakrishna Mission Seva Pratishthan. Let's move on to the topic, recommendation. Please change the slide. Yes. In this slide, we show the daily dietary requirement of DHA in different age group such as followers. Move on to the next slide.
Just please stay on the slide. You just little bit discuss just previous slide, please. Okay, thank you. So you see the changes in the amount from 0 to 6 months, 6 to 24 months, and pregnancy and lactation. So as we have already discussed, I am again highlighting this important point, Tania, that during pregnancy the requirement of DHA is highest, because maximum brain development happens during pregnancy. Again, in lactation it is been little bit reduced, because from the mother's milk the baby is getting DHA till at least from 6 months. Then gradually it is increasing from 6 months, 24 months, 2 years, 6 years, and then adults have some different roles. So DHA, as discussed by Dutishmita in the previous slides, that there are multiple roles of DHA in adults. So you have to keep in mind what are that roles. So that's why DHA is important in adults. Preferably for the brain development, DHA is important in this pregnancy, lactation, and the infant time. So yes, Tanya, continue.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Move on to the next slide. Yes. Now come to the absorption part. Turmeric contains the polyphenolic secondary metabolism curcumin. Curcumin have enough potential to DHA absorption. Curcumin enhances the synthesis of DHA from precursors such as ALA, alpha-linolenic acid, and DPA, docosapentanoic acid, and elevated level of enzyme involved in the synthesis of DHA such as FAD2 and elongase 2 in both liver and brain tissue. So you can see the picture how curcumin helps to DHA absorption. The synthesis pathway requires a number of elongation and desaturation steps.
So in very simple way, if we say that the the turmeric which contain an ingredient called curcumin. So curcumin is a very important ingredient which have multiple role. Even in cancer cachexia also curcumin has a role, even in immunity, even in gut health. So multiple roles in our body, and our body's DHA, it helps in the DHA absorption. But can anybody say, except Tania is presenting, so except Tania and the presenter, can anyone say what ingredient helps in the absorption of curcumin from turmeric? টার্মারিকের মধ্যে যে ইম্পর্টেন্ট উপাদান কারকিউমিন আছে, সেটা অ্যাবজর্ব করতে গেলে কি খেতে হবে? তুমি যদি কাঁচা হলুদ খাও, সৌম্যদীপও বলতে পারো, সিঞ্চিতা না প্লিজ, তাহলে সেটা খেতে তার সাথে কি দিয়ে খাবো?
বলবো
প্রিয়াঙ্কা না,
black pepper.
what present in black pepper?
Piperin.
So curcumin is absorbed with the help of piperin. So if you are recommending any patient, any liver patient, any gastro patient, any diabetic patient, so recommend 1 inch of kacha holud or turmeric powder with that is golmurich. Okay, yes. Black pepper. Okay.
The black pepper called piperine acts as a cofactor of curcumin. It is positively correlate with curcumin. Black pepper helps to boost absorption, protect the brain health, and increasing the bioavailability of curcumin. A study published in Plant Medica found that pairing 20 mg of piperine with 2 grams of curcumin increased the amount of curcumin that could be absorbed by the body by 2000%. Piperine increased the bioavailability of many nutrients by preventing metabolizing enzyme. Now move on to the next slide. Yes, these are the reference. And before I go for the vote of thanks, do you have any questions? So please unmute and ask the questions. Any questions?
So it is a very nice presentation as well as very, very informative slides. Slides are also made very informative. These slides are made by you individually or someone has taken this responsibility to make the slides? Who have made the slides?
Indrani sir.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Indrani. Yes, Indrani, it is fantastic. And really, it seems the hard work, especially of Shoheli.
Yes, sir. I would like to thank all the moderators. Without their support, it would not be possible.
Yes, sir.
We have almost 6 teams of 6 different topics, but this team they have a regular contact with me, especially in the initial phase Tania was busy with the hospital, but even in the later phase Tania used to contact me, Tania used to discuss with me, but in the previous phase Shoheli and Indrani was in a regular touch, and they have struggled a lot because 2 of their team member at the end, they were not well, they fall sick, Shinjini and Debolina, so they could not continue. So they are in the regular contact with the participants and they have worked literally hard. And thanks to Mubasera, thanks to Gargi, thanks to Dutishmita for your cooperation, because all of you are working somewhere and you have given time. Even Gargi, Dutishmita, those who come back from the hospital, I know they come back to home 8 p.m. and after that they manage their time and they practiced a lot. So it is a very informative, and the knowledge, there is no boundaries, so every day we are learning. So it is a very important. I want to take the feedback from the participant. যারা স্টুডেন্টরা আছো, তোমাদের কেমন লেগেছে?
So very nice. It was a very nice explanation.
It is very informative also.
Very informative.
Very informative.
May I go for the vote? Many new things and very smooth presentation.
Okay. So any question
Exactly,
before
and
we go?
slides are very eye-soothing, sir. Excellent presentation. They did really great teamwork.
Great teamwork. Teamwork is a fantastic thing which is described by Shoheli. Ananya ma'am, are you there?
Yes, I will surely comment, but do we need to take other questions? Other participants are having any questions, so we can take that before.
No, you can share your comment, then we will take 1 or 2 questions because it is already late before Tanya goes for the vote of thanks. So you just share your brief feedback about their presentation.
Sure. As already said, the teamwork is very nice.
Any comments are coming. Jyoti Shikha, Ananya Jana, Pooja Dinda. Yes, Ananya, continue.
Yeah. As already said, the teamwork is very nice, and I would like to congratulate all the coordinators first, because I am seeing them from the last batch, and they have especially Shoheli, Tania, they had been very nervous in the beginning, and now they are doing excellent teamwork. Not only they are working, they are making others work like a team. So that is really commendable. Appreciating all 3 of you. And all the participants, all of them have given a very nice and very clear way of presentation, which I felt, and they were very prompt in their responses also, translating in Hindi or Bengali instantly when someone is telling. So that was also very nice, I felt. So especially I was seeing this presentation from the viewpoint of how is your communication skills and all, because I'm not from this field. But when I'm seeing this, I'm also finding this interesting as a layman. We started our presentations with the first group EPA, then we had vitamin D, then today we had DHA. So a lot of things to learn for any person who is not even from nutritional background, lot of things to learn, because we all time we run after costly supplements that even without understanding what is good for me, we run after supplements which are of good brands and which are costly. So I guess all of this are related to the supplements and knowing it intricately. That is very, very nice. So very good presentation. Obviously, the PPT was very eye-soothing, very interesting. Definitely overall, very, very nice, very nice. All of you have done very great work. and
Thank you so
instant
much.
response. Yeah.
Thank you so much, ma'am and sir, for giving us such a wonderful
Thank you,
platform.
ma'am.
And thank you
Ananya
so
ma'am
much.
have a question regarding the presentation. She has referred me the question. Ananya, can you put your question if anybody can answer?
Yes, yes. Even I'm
It is a
not
very, very
clear.
interesting question. Yes.
No. Actually, even I'm not very clear whether it is related or not. We had seen one of the slides like it DH's effect on ADHD, right? If I'm not wrong. So, is it some way related to the disease called dyslexia? Is it going to improve in the disease? Like we had heard of this disease in this movie, Tare Zameen Par, if we can remember, isn't it? And somewhat related to this attention deficit. And if it is not similar to ADHD, probably I'm not sure. I'm not sure about this, but somewhat related also. So, is there any reference, like whether it is going to help in this disease or not?
Oh, Dutishmita, you want to answer? Because it is very similar to ADHD, Ananya, but it is not ADHD. ADHD is
Yes, not
attention deficit.
exactly.
And if you see the child of Tare Zameen Par, he used to write B and D. So in my childhood, I also by mistakenly write B and D, the small letter. So that doesn't mean I am having dyslexia, but dyslexia is something similar to this problem.
I think it is something related to coordination. The
Coordination,
yeah,
yes. So Mubashira can best answer, Mubashira, Dutishmita, because DHA have the role in cognitive development also. Not only brain development, but the cognitive development in above 2 years. Yes, Dutishmita.
Yes, sir. It helps to benefit behavior change.
Yes, you are correct. So it change the behavioral changes. So along with DHA is not along sufficient. So we need to give some other micronutrient supplement like
Yes,
zinc, magnesiums, vitamin D's, and other many more supplements are helpful in dyslexia to treat. And there are many things, neurological supports and counselings, and all these things are. Right, but thanks to Ananya for putting this question. So I am giving these as your homework, that how it helps in dyslexia. So it is a very interesting thing. Okay, so hope we will not stretch this session. If you have any question, you can put this question in the YouTube comment box. Also, if you are in the Cognize Nutrition WhatsApp group, you put your question in the Cognize group. If you are from Ramshodoy College, you please put your question to Pritha ma'am. If you are from Kingston College, please put your questions to your madam, Ohana madam. So everything will come back to us. And with the same link, you can join tomorrow 8 p.m. That is rheumatoid arthritis. Thursday we have folic acid, and Friday 8 p.m. we have probiotic. So all the 3 days, yes, you are waiting for the vote of thanks. I know you have to catch train and run away from Kolkata. So please wait. So why you are so in a hurry to give the vote of thanks? So okay, so over to Tania. I have detailed about the 3 dates. So please be present tomorrow, day after tomorrow, Thursday and Friday, for all these 3 topics, and support the team as like today. Okay, Tania, move on.
Dear team members, I would like to sincerely thank each one of you for the hard work, dedication, and self-motivation, without which it would not have been possible. The success of this project has given us a competitive edge in this market. I really enjoy the teamwork, and I believe teamwork is a great thing to explore yourself. Thanks to Shomendu sir, who was our mentor and philosopher and guide at all situations. Without him, maybe we are nowhere in this platform. And last but not the least, thanks to Cognize Nutrition and its all honorable teachers, mentors who had give us platform to make our own identity. And also a special thanks to Shomendu sir and Ananda ma'am for guiding us and giving me opportunity for 6th month internship at Ramakrishna Mission Seva Pratishthan. Under our Shoma ma'am, who is also a great teacher and guide. And again to everyone, thanks to make this project a success. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, thank you so much, and good night, everyone. For
Yeah,
being
just
so
before wrapping up, I
Yeah.
would like to say one thing more. Thanks to all the other participants also who have joined today. The interaction was really lovely. It is also the credit of the presenters as well as all the interactors. The interaction was really lovely today. Thanks to all of
I
you.
agree with you. Completely agree with you. Unless and until we have interactive social section, interactive session, we will not be able to learn. So there are many interactive people like Priyanka Ghosh, Dalia, that is Shinchita. They used to interact each and every day. But some of you do not interact. Like Pritha and our batch 1 students always interact, but from the batch 2 and especially Priyanka every day have some questions. So we used to learn many things from. But those who do not interact, we think that the topic is boring to you. We feel that the topic is boring to you. So we will request you also to interact someday, or even if you feel that it is helpful for you. So thank you and good night.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
all.
ma'am.
Thank you, sir.